Federal Credit Union. Local, trusted, here for you.
The Key Colony Beach Farmers Market is happy to be back every Tuesday from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. starting Veterans Day, November the 11th. Right behind the post office, just north of Marathon, the market will be packed with goodies of all kinds, featuring amazing cheeses from the cheese lovers, produce, seafood, fresh baked pastries, orchids, and more vendors than we can list, including everyone's favorite dim sum, handmade jewelry, clothing, and art of all kinds. It's a perfect place to shop local this holiday season. Stop by every Tuesday from 9 to 2. It's the Key Colony Beach Farmers Market. See you there.
Welcome back to Morning Magazine. Sorry for the break there. I'm getting used to the phone lines. This is Nick Wright, subbing in for Joe Moore, and we've got Key West journalist Ted Lund on the line with us right now. Good morning, Ted.
Hey, good morning, Nick. Glad to be on the air with you this morning.
Okay, I mean, I know you've worked for a whole bunch of places throughout Key West like me. Currently, you've got your own Substack page that's Above the Fold. Do you want to talk about it?
Sure. Yeah, this is likens to me a little bit like the penny press. You know, for years, particularly starting before the American Revolution, folks were able to print and distribute their own news. And then as you got into the, 1800s, 1900s, you really started having people take over media, large corporations or wealthy individuals. And we're seeing that make a turn, I think, for the better with the advent of the Internet and platforms like Substack. Of course, Gwen Filosa is doing a great job on her Substack. And you've got local media like Keys Weekly, which I have to throw a shout-out out to Mandy Bolin. They're a fantastic job she did getting to Jamaica.
Mandy Miles, Ted. Mandy Miles. You're showing your age. That's how I was introduced to it.
That's how long I've been around.
Yeah.
But, great stuff. And, a lot of interesting stories. Real quick, Key West International Airport, which I followed pretty closely. Last count, right before we went on the air, 800 flights canceled nationwide so far. Wow. Most in major outlets or major airports like Miami, Fort Lauderdale, Newark, and Chicago O'Hare. But fortunately, Key West has not seen any delays or cancellations as of yet. But they are recommending that people go ahead and check out their flight schedule on EYW.com, and also that they make enough time to get to the airport. They're recommending at least 2 hours due to delays in TSA because of the government shutdown.
Okay. Wow. You think that's really going to slow things down in the coming days if the federal government doesn't get things in order?
I hope not, but it was already starting to get pretty bad in areas like Newark in particular, that kind of that northeast corridor. Of course, we've got, I believe, American, Delta have seasonal flights there, as does JetBlue. So we'll just remain to be seen.
Okay. Now, I was at your Substack just earlier this morning. You've got a whole bunch of local stories, from a sheriff's deputy to the Rainbow Crosswalks to Andy Newman to Key West Transit. Where do you want to start?
Well, let's talk a little bit about the school board story, which was actually an over the transom submission. I know you had Manny Gomez, who was a former nutrition or food services director for the district. And, that was very interesting. That's one of the things that's great about journalism is there's always somebody that has a story somewhere. And that was part of a new feature that I'm running called You Have the Conch Shell, where people can sound off and let people know what's going on or what they think. And, Manny, it sounds to me, has a pretty compelling story there. And I would imagine, given the state attorney's office focus on, accountability of the public and transparency, I don't have any special inside information, but I would imagine that if Mr. Gomez has receipts, he'll probably be hearing from the next grand jury.
Yeah, you think this story is just at the beginning?
I do. I think, especially after listening to the superintendent the other day, it didn't seem like there were a whole lot of denials there. So it seems like it's a problem that hopefully they were aware of and they are addressing as we speak.
Okay. Now, I hate to say it, Ted, we're getting close to that 9 o'clock hour where the late, great Chuck Thomas would start playing jazz music over me talking. So any last words before I let you go into your wonderful TGI Friday?
Well, yes. If people want to follow me at Substack, it's tedlund1.substack.com. Any story tips or ideas, they can either text me at 305-240-5103, or they can email me at ted@tedlund.com. And just real quick, too, another quick shout-out. Big thank you to Katrina Nichols for mentioning my Substack on the air earlier this week. I've seen some triple-digit improvements in subscribers because of that. So no doubt people are listening to both you and Joe, and I hope Joe gets better soon.
All right. Thanks, Ted, and have yourself a great weekend.
You too. Thanks, Nick. Get down there to the powerboat races.
I'll do my best. That was Ted Lund from the Above the Fold Substack page. We're going to go through some messages, and then I'll say a quick goodbye while Erica and Tiny glare at me. That's next on Morning Magazine.
Hey, Keith.